One, check one, 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 two, 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 three, rolling. So I wanted to get into a couple points. I highlighted that I've been most comfortable with somewhat is considered a scant clad dress as far as around here, and I had my hand fixed and everything. I just did about a 5 or 6 minute sesh, and I found out that it wasn't recording. So there was that, and I'll go over the same thing all over again. So, I'm more comfortable when it says like 20 degrees with a 15-degree below wind chill, or I finally get cold when it's about 25 below. As a standing temperature, 25 below. With the wind chill after that, I'll get colder, unless I go ahead and put a parka on, and then I'll feel more comfortable, as if it was with 20 Fahrenheit or something similar to a 15 below. So with wind chill, or something 15 below, I can deal 20 below. I get cold. I feel cold. I feel the physical sense of cold at 20 below. So I'm not getting into reasons for that. Besides, perhaps there was a human race at one point that stemmed from something somewhat close to the Arctic Circle. And I had a little bit of a skit and ditty after I showed off my best dress. And I'll take a step back, another step back, a step back. I had my shoes. I like the shoes. They're my nice shoes, my good shoes. I'm in somewhat of a tux. I had a new tie and the hat, the rings and things to make me look good. Not fussing with my glasses this take. That's nice. So I had a little bit of skit. It was I'll lift 1 ton an hour for the rest of the day. That says you'll break your back or you get no pay. Muscle and skin, skin and bone. I get the days to work in the company store. Do 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 do. Apparently the days aren't today. My last shift, I did 10,000 pounds in an hour 20 minutes, 5,000 pounds in 30 minutes, and then after about a half an hour, I noted that there was some ambulances, some bus workers hanging around with paddles, just getting them together, and one of them's got the stretcher like, hey, yeah, we're ready for you anytime now. So it was about a 20 minutes delay of the jaw drop with a little bit of smoke that burned almost all, burned through the back of my head instead of just the filter, out my ears and things like, oh no. Anyway, so there was that. And then 1 ton an hour, yep. And I'd made about, $30 an hour seemed fair or something similar. That's what, 300 kroner an hour. $30 an hour is 300 kroner an hour. So it's fair wage the way that I look at it, because I was planning on going to Sweden. There's Stockholm Isles, the Royal Isles, and then you'll notice that Dalarö is just one county north. Just one county north. There's Dalarö, and there I found an up-to-date house in Dalarö that I can afford personally, and apartment for maybe I'll find a different apartment somewhere around Rostergraten Avenue. Says Stockholm. So I can visit the king and queen, and then I'll have a house eventually. The last time I asked, it says you're not allowed to. And I got into prescription stuff and whatever about that, but I wanted to mention the physical performance. I wasn't sure if I had that on this. I was working on 7.Rotube Pro under the more prestigious professional side of the NC New England radio show. Instead of the Drew Carlson extension on YTube.DC90, it was the NC New England radio show extension. And I'm just opening it up, and I've had some high rolls on White House. I've had some high rolls on Parasil and things, and I've had my own input to the slightest. 7.Rotube was about a 2 hour set, and then finally 11 is about a half an hour set, or just about a half an hour set of or 1 hour set. It's half the length, or just about. It's the short version, 11.Rotube, and I wasn't sure if I had the physical in. So you'll see me. I'm in my best dress, and 1,100 pounds on the overhead pull. I could do that, and up to 25, and then I start to break a sweat. So that's when I go ahead and put it down and take a break, and then maybe you do 1,100 on the overhead pull, 25 by 3. I'm more than capable of, right? 10,000 pounds for the rest of the day, 10,000 pounds an hour as far as 400 pound wood logs carried 45 feet and stacked. Sure, for 8, not 16 hours. I'm not the 16-ton man, but maybe half of that says 80,000 pounds a day. I could do 3-4 days a week, and that's about that. Make 300 kroner an hour somewhere else. Says where you it doesn't have to be a mummy suit parka, says just to get by, instead of a change in the pocket, says, or however that reference was. So there was that, and then there was the 350 pound bench press with the 780 pound leg press, and then there was just to keep me healthy. It's 165-pound standing free weight, and running between 14 and 21 miles an hour. As far as a run or up to a sprint says, and etc. And I've already reverberated the location, and I did a little bit of camp song, a little bit of best rest, and maybe I'll once more spin around the shoes. You see my rings and things to make me look good. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and check off and review. That's the smidge bit of selfie. Is the first one was a couple or a few years old. So it's just about 5 5 5 30 540 and 2 1.